It's raining buckets right now and it's lightning and thundering. I hope I don't lose my Wi-Fi. I just made a video about things to consider when trying to choose between teaching private school or public school in South Korea. This video is going to be about the recruiting process, okay? So when you're getting a job in South Korea, you don't just go straight to the school, contacting the school and try to say, oh hey, I want to get a job here. No, you have to find a recruiting agency and go through them, okay? Trust me, this is how you do it. If not, you can have a lot of communication issues. It's going to be sketchy. You don't know whether you can trust that school or not. So just trust me and go through a recruiting agency, okay? It's worth it. This is kind of free advertising for the recruiting agency I used, and I'm not ashamed of it because they've done an awesome job. So I'm just going to tell you the recruiting agency I went through was Teach ESL Korea. You can look them up on the web and find them easily. It's founded by a couple who taught in China and stuff, and now they are trying to help others out who want to teach overseas. So awesome group. They did everything for free, you guys. Free. I didn't have to pay a cent. All you have to do is go to their website, apply. They'll tell you, oh yeah, you're good. You can teach over there, or they'll tell you, no, I'm sorry, you have like a criminal record, or you just don't have the qualifications. But probably you're going to be good. I mean, as long as you have a bachelor's degree, you don't have a criminal record, okay, you're not on drugs, things like that, you're going to probably be able to teach over there. Okay, so apply. They'll get in contact with you. They contacted me really quickly and said, oh yeah, if you want, we'll start setting you up with schools immediately. Okay, so they did. They started sending my information to the recruiting agencies in Korea. Okay, so you have the recruiting agency that you're with, and then they talk to recruiters in Korea who are working for schools. These schools hire Korean recruiters to find Americans to work for them. I know it's kind of confusing, but this is the process that has to happen for communication to happen, okay, between different languages. In a previous video, I talked about my recruiter, and I named him Kevin. It's not his real name, so my Korean recruiter was Kevin. My American recruiters was where Amazar was. It was Teach ESL, okay? So Kevin sent my information to schools in Korea, and then those schools decided whether they wanted to talk to me or not, and then Kevin told me, and then I decided whether I wanted to talk to them or not, and then we had interviews. Be aware of the time difference, because it's 14 hours ahead there, so if you are talking to them at 8 o'clock p.m., to them it's going to be 10 o'clock in the morning. I think that's how it works, yeah. So I'm really bad with time and stuff, so if I'm wrong, just correct me, but I think that's right. I think it's if it's 9 here p.m., then it's it's either 11 a.m. there or it's 7 a.m. there. I don't know. My mind doesn't work well with that type of stuff. This is why I'm an English major, okay? I can't add double-digit numbers in my head. You guys have to write it down and everything. Seriously, it's like a monsoon out there. I hope my car's okay. It's just out there in this. Oh well, I'm selling it to my parents anyway. Okay, on with the video. Be aware of how quickly things will happen. Once you have interviews, they're going to offer you a job or not, immediately. Probably within 24 hours, they're going to be like, do you want this job or not? And be prepared to answer them also within 24 hours. I mean, don't let the pressure get to you too much. You can be like, no, I need a few days to decide. But it's very possible that if you don't decide within a few days, they'll be like, okay, we already found someone else to fill this position. That's how quickly and how competitive things are there. But don't sweat it if the first interview, you're like, oh, I don't know whether to get this job or not, and they're like, I'm sorry, you were too slow. You'll have plenty of more opportunities, okay? So don't worry about it too much. Chances are you have plenty of time to figure out what job you want, okay? Feel free to ask them for pictures, ask them for information. Feel free to ask them for an email of one of their other English-speaking teachers, okay? This is all in your best interest. Trust me. I need to stop saying trust me because I'm starting to sound like Donald Trump. Seriously, this election, you guys, I'm glad I'm leaving the country now. So once you make a decision on what school you choose, they're going to start asking you for paperwork. You're going to fill out the contract and scan it and email it to them. You're going to send them a copy of your resume, and you're going to send lots of hard copies of things, okay? You're going to send a photocopy of your passport, if you have one. If you don't have one, you get one ASAP. You're going to send them multiple passport-style photos of yourself, okay, recent. You're going to send them a criminal background check with an apostle on it. You're going to need a photocopy of your degree, your college degree, and also an apostle on that, a photocopy of your contract, a health check. They're going to send you like a health check thing that you fill out, a photocopy of that. I don't think I'm missing anything, but you send all these documents in a large mailer, like FedEx or DHL, they ask, and like priority. I'm going to ship it over there, and they'll look at it, and they'll be like, okay, everything's awesome, hopefully. And then on to the next steps of figuring things out with the Korean consulate, okay? So there's several Korean consulate locations in the U.S. There's one in Atlanta, there's one in Chicago, there's one in Houston. There's some up near like New York. So if you can, go there in person. If not, use like FedEx and use, priority insurance on it, things like that, because the last thing you want to do is lose your passport. You're going to send them some of the same documents that you sent to Korea, so like keep extra copies of all those. Just check with the website of that Korean consulate or call them in person and ask everything you need. Okay, preferably do both, because I called and asked what I need and they ended up leaving something out. And then after I sent everything, they're like, oh, you didn't send this. So go to the website as well. That's all thunder, if you're all wondering. The Chicago consulate took about a week to do mine. They sent it back and it had a nice, pretty little visa sticker in there. So I'm super excited because this means I can go to Korea, have a work visa now, and it's multiple entries, which means I can, go to Japan on vacation. And after you got that, all you have to do is schedule a flight. So my school is actually scheduling the flight for me, but chances are you're gonna have to schedule it yourself. Just make sure there's a lot of communication between you and your school about when to arrive and such. I'm really curious to know whether you guys want more information on how to get apostles and how to get a criminal check and everything. If you are, leave comments below and I can maybe make an additional video with more details on that, since I went through these processes and they took me quite a while and I had trials and errors along the way, okay? So I have quite a bit of experience to share with that. And I have quite a few interesting stories too about what happened. At one point, I was basically forced to spoon a police officer, okay? So if you want to know about that, just let me know and I'll tell you, because it's a one-of-a-kind story. Yeah, I thought that it was going to take several videos to explain this, but I think I got it down. I don't think there's really much else to say. So I guess that's the last of the series of how you can get a job in Korea. I think the next video I'm going to make is about packing because I am packing right now. I leave pretty soon in 2 weeks, so I'm like going through all that. I can share those experiences with you. And I've done lots of research on what to bring, what not to bring, what they have in Korea, what they don't. So I'm going to include that information in the next video. Now, quick as I can, follow me, like me. I tweet whenever I have new vlogs or blogs. Check out my blog, the link is below. I really enjoy hearing from people, so if you have any weird stories, if you have comments and questions, if you hate my guts, you can post it all below. I don't care. I take things really well. But I'm really pleased with the amount of viewership I've gotten so far. I didn't expect to have so many viewers in the short amount of time that I've been up on YouTube. So I really appreciate your guys' support or lack thereof. I don't care which it is. I'm glad people are watching. This is lots of fun, so thanks for joining me, and 안녕히 가세요.